Yo, what's up, guys? I just wanted to make this video really quick. I don't have, any notes or anything, but I just really wanted to talk about this. I feel like it's something I see way too commonly. So, here's the reasons why you're cooler than you think. So, basically, no one has ever experienced everything that you've experienced. That will never occur in two different human beings. No one has the same parents as you, or lack thereof, or childhood, or lack thereof, or, seen the same movies, experienced the same art, got the same information, got the same knowledge, education, had the same, favorite video game when they were a kid. It's all different. Every single person has had a different upbringing. And a lot of times we kind of get our differences from other people and we try to push them down because it's like, oh, people won't be able to relate to that because not everyone has experienced it. But what you need to do is you need to greatly exaggerate that stuff and kind of grab onto it and celebrate it and embrace it, because that's what's going to put you ahead of the curve. Your differences, not your similarities, not how similar can I be to this other person. That doesn't matter. What makes you cool is what's different about you. I know this is cliche and this is corny and some people definitely already know this, but a lot of people don't. And this is really just so necessary. If you're ever trying to become any type of successful, or, everyone is. So this is stuff you gotta know. Okay? This is why I recommend, for if you want to improve in art, it's not just all about practice. It's not just about, doing a drawing every day, but it's also about experiencing new things in your life. What's going to give you good subject matter is not practice, but experience. That's what makes you creative. You can become very good technically by practicing over and over. But to get interesting concepts and creativity, you need to go out in the real world and get experiences and watch movies and, take in art and writers and all different kinds of stuff. But you need to realize that, it's not the similarities that are going to make you excel in any way. If anything, that's what's holding you back. The differences are what's going to push you forward. Anything where I'm similar to any other artists or anything like that, I kind of try to not really hide that, but I don't celebrate that as much as what I do differently. That's what's blessed about you. And you might think oh, yeah, but I'm not cool. I don't know about any art or any whatever, some kind of excuse that I'm used to hearing. Do the research. Look it up. Find some artists you like. Go on some kind of a design encyclopedia website, that has just a bunch of new designers. Something like that, It's not hard. It's not hard. Go on Tumblr, go on Instagram and find an archive page or something like that to introduce you to new stuff. I have one, Reeno Vision. Shameless plug. But it's a good, I introduce a lot of artists on there. But, you're cool, okay? Especially if you had a rough childhood. You're definitely cool. A lot of the greatest artists have had terrible childhoods. And now, if you're oh shit, my parents love me, I'm definitely not cool. Nah, you're still good. You can be cool too. Just, put in the work and become more cultured. Know what's going on. Know what's other people look at as cool. Why do they look at it as cool? Why do they, think that's cool and something else isn't? But don't look at that as a guideline to what you should do. Just notice patterns and kind of separate yourself from it. You're your own person. You're not like anyone else. Don't ever try to be like anyone else. First of all, it won't work. Because if you're trying to be like someone else, you'll never be as good as them. Because they did it first. So, if you try to be yourself, then no one else can try to be like you because they'll never be as good as you on the same logic. So, yeah. What I would recommend is look into your childhood. Like, really look into it. You know, what happened to me? Why am I like this? You know, in everyday situations, a lot of it can be traced back to what happened when you were a kid. Maybe you're scared to talk to girls or something, and it's because you didn't have, like, a masculine figure in your life. I can relate to that. But, you know, it's whatever it is for you. And by the way, all that stuff is overcomable by getting out of your comfort zone and just trying. I have more videos on that, but look into it. You'll find out a lot about yourself. A quote that I've been really, like, mulling over in my head is know thyself. Such an easy, like, simple quote, but it's so important. Once you know yourself, once you know your childhood and everything, it's like you realize the reason why everything that happens in your life happens. You realize why you respond to different things in certain ways. So yeah, I really hope this helped. I basically just, you know, wanted to put this out because one of my followers was talking about, like, how she didn't like herself. And I was like, tell me something. She said something negative about herself. I was like, okay, now you have to say something positive. And she's like, I can't think of anything. I don't like myself at all. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how can you be a whole human with your own entire life and not like anything about it? Like, obviously you need to search harder. Because there's stuff that goes on that I'm sure if you knew more about it and you were more aware of it and you were looking at it more like a documentary of your life, you would be more interested in it. So, look into your old life and see what new stuff you can acquire to make you cooler, more cultured, and make your subject matter, if you're an artist, better. And we're all artists, you know, in our own ways. It could be any kind of artist, literally. I'm not talking about just visual. I'll make a separate video on inspiration. But yeah, do those two things, and you will have a deeper respect for yourself and appreciation. And also just look more into it. This is just a video to kind of stimulate that growth, like the shot of espresso. And hopefully you go and do you go on your own and do more research. So yeah, like I said, I hope this helps. If it did and you think it could help someone else, please share it. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm gonna go to bed. I love you. I'm sleepy. Go to bed at a good hour tonight, okay? All right, peace.